It's taking a moment to allow yourself to drop in. You can place your hands to your heart and feel the beating of your heart. Allowing everything to soften. Deep breath in to hold it at the top. Release your hands, open your eyes, and come here, come in. Welcome to our weekly training. If you don't already have a journal, you can grab that now, a cup of coffee, a tea, depending on what time it is for you. I've been getting a handful of questions inside of my DMs lately, and I thought, what better of a way to answer these questions than to bring it into the conversation that we have every single week here. If this is the first time that you're dropping in or you're tuning in with me, be sure to say hi. I would love to hear where you're coming in from and where you're at on your journey. Is this the beginning of your evolution into who it is that you're becoming and really personally growing yourself? Or is it you've had massive change and transformation in your own life, and now you know that your soul is calling you to help other people? And this comes to the first question that I've been presented this week, and it's, how did you know that this is what you were meant to pursue in your business? How did you know this was it? This is what aligned. And the truth is that being a human, having a spiritual experience, having this experience here in the human body, is that it is a journey of growth and evolution in the becoming. And it's becoming in the every single day moments, like right now, you being here listening, devoting your time and your energy into who it is you are by what it is you listen to. How it is you wake up in the morning and you breathe, you meditate, you journal, you yoga, you drink tea, you call a friend, you listen to something inspiring. Like, how is it, what choices that you make every single day is like who it is how it is that you are becoming. So how did I know what to pursue? Well, I can tell you that when I started my journey to become a yoga teacher 12 years ago, I had no idea I was going to move to Costa Rica. I had no idea that I was going to lead retreats. I had no idea that I was to become a business coach. I had no idea that I was to become a retreat coach. I had no idea that this is who I was going to become. I just knew at the time that yoga had saved me from literally trying to commit suicide, to numbing out from every single thing that's out there, to finding happiness. It was just, I just want to be happy. And yoga gave that to me. And I was like, if yoga can do this for me, I want to give this to as many people as possible. And then when I went to start my business, and the first business program I ever went in, it was like, how have you changed your life? What is it that you've done yourself? And this is where the entrepreneur journey starts. It's like, what have you personally done that you know is possible because you were on the other side? It's like, you know, without a doubt, that your life is the testimonial of what happens when you implement this. And so what was that for me? It was live your yoga. I created a 3-month program that served 125 plus women on how to live a yogic lifestyle, which was, yoga is so much more than exercise, so much more than fitness. It's a way in which you embody a philosophy in how you live. And I knew that that was my calling then, because it changed so many lives. And still I implement all of those teachings, but it had just evolved. I was like, there's something more for me. And at every single level that my business has transformed, my life has transformed, there's been one common thread, and it's a calling. It's a, I wonder if I could do this. Maybe that's meant for me. And then when I listen to the call, there's this answer. It's like, this was meant for you. And so wherever it is in your life and in your journey, how to know? How do you know if this is it? I just listed off 5 questions that I would ask myself. And you can look those up on the Instagram at Amber Hagberg. The first question is like, what's lighting you up right now? What are you so inspired by? What has changed your life? What could you talk about and teach about for hours on end? That could be the thing. That could be the thing that starts your business. And maybe it's just right now that you went through what I went through last year and you're like, I feel a pivot. I feel a change. And now it's time to do something different. And that's just as scary, a little less scary than in the beginning, because you have evidence that you were scared and you did it and it worked out and now you have it again. But imposter syndrome comes in, fear, doubt, what if comes in, and you have to meet that space inside of yourself, which is why I love being an entrepreneur, because it's just constant growth and evolution as we keep meeting ourselves and listening to the whisper and the soul. So how did I know? Does it keep coming back like the tarot card that you keep on pulling? Is there sign after sign, conversation after conversation that like, this is the direction? And in that, what would happen if it worked out? What excites you the most about that? Journal what scares you the most about that. And if you knew without a doubt that you were going to be successful and that you could have it, what would you do today? Go and get started. That's going to show you what's meant for you. Because even if you choose something right now and you learn later on that it's not for you, you would never be able to know what is for you if you don't get started and pursue it. It's okay for it not to work out as long as you're continuously moving towards what's meant for you and what's going to work out. And this is going to lead me into the next question. I'm burnt out. I've lost the passion for my business. Do I quit? Do I burn it all down? What do I do? Do I look for a different job? Where's the passion? Why did you start your business in the beginning? And are you right now doing things that you should? Doing things that you were told you have to do? Are you doing what you think other people want from you rather than what your soul is asking you for? Are you doing too much rather than finding the beingness and remembering that the more you grow into, the more you listen to your heart and your soul, the more connected and passionate you'll be about your business. There's nothing wrong with pivoting. There's nothing wrong with wanting to burn it all to the ground. This happens in our own lives. This happens in relationships. This happens in marriages. Like, is this questioning and coming back to a conversation that I brought up on my Instagram as well is why do you do what you do? And when you can get so aligned into why it is you're doing this, you will find why you're burnt out. And there's going to be a should, a have to, a forced, rather than maybe a burn it to the ground, maybe a pivot, maybe a transformation. When you get so clear on why it is you do what you do, you can choose to not do it. And this is something that I teach inside of Amplified Impact. I teach you tangible ways to grow, nurture, and sell to your community, grow your business, grow your impact, grow your income. But I also share with you why we do what we do so that you can choose, is this something that I'm aligned with? Do I follow that? Or is my why different and I'm going to lean over here? When you know why it is that you do what you do, there's so much more attention and intention to your actions. And then when you bring your sankalpa, you bring your why to the conversation of why I'm burnt out, you can make changes that's going to fill your heart, fill your soul, and fill your business again. And just to know that like this is normal, and to normalize that feeling, you would be rare if you weren't questioning and wondering what's next when you feel that way, because this is evolution. It happens in relationships and marriages all the time. We need to rekindle. We need to date each other again. We need to give each other our love languages again. We need to hear each other again. Coming back to the why we started in the beginning. And your why factor can be weaved through anything. Why am I starting my business? Why am I taking my business online? Why am I pivoting my business? Why do I feel like I want to burn it all to the ground? When you get into the why of that, that's where you can make conscious changes and continue to grow and to move forward and to just trust at every single level, every single phase that you're in and where you're at, that the whisper that's calling you is calling you. Your job is to answer it. And that's why you can never get it wrong, because at any given moment, you can take a different route, left or right, straight, forward, back. You can constantly change and pivot and edit. And so there's never a way that you can get it wrong. The only thing that's going to hold you back from the success, the feelings, the dreams, is not doing anything at all. Being stuck is staying where you are. Messy action is going to bring you closer to the answer. And if you're still in it and you're feeling, that means the journey isn't over yet. And it's time to look within and to go through what is rising. And as you grow through and you move through, you'll be clear on what's next. You'll be clear on the answer. What aligns to you right now and where your business goes is going to be based on what it is you do every single day. Just like the human that you're evolving into. When you look back at who you were 5 years ago, could you imagine being who you are today? 3 years ago? Okay, what about 10 years ago? We don't know. We only know what's now. And what's now is take action to consciously move towards where you want to go. And there's something that I know so true that I was writing in my journal last night. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable here with you. Judge me if you desire. But when I was 14 years old, my mom was always with her boyfriend. My dad was always working, and bad things were happening at my house. And one of my boyfriends saved me at the time. He moved me into his house with his mother, and we just stayed in the basement. We smoked weed. That's all we did. I was like, I would be so happy here. Like, I could be here for the rest of my life. I don't need anything more. And little did I know there was so much more. And then I moved across the country. I moved to Colorado. I started growing weed legally. And I was like, I'm going to live in Colorado forever. This is the best life I've ever had. This is the coolest job. Like, this is it for me. And that was it. And then I became a yoga teacher, and I was like, oh my gosh, I found the thing. This is it. Like, I don't need anything else. And then I moved to Costa Rica and I started leading retreats. And then it was like, this guy, he's the one. I'm going to marry him. We're going to build a retreat center. And yeah, breaking up with him, having a miscarriage was like the end of my beginning. And that's when I evolved into a coach, and I had no idea I was going to become a coach. It's like, wow. And then I thought that I wanted to have a girl, and now I have my little sweet Amani, and like, I want to be a boy mom forever. Like, it's the coolest thing. So just when I thought I knew what I wanted forever, or I thought I knew what I wanted then, sitting here with you right now, having this conversation today, I know that my soul weaved into universe, God, source, the divine, I'm consciously creating the best life and business ever by just following this heart. If you're just listening to me in your ears, I'm holding my heart. I'm pressing into my heart. I'm listening. And at every moment in your life that you are going to go towards what it is you want, you will be holding fear, doubt, imposter syndrome, just as much as you'll be holding excitement, dreams. What the heck if? And the only difference between the fear and the excitement and you actually making it happen is action. So to know if this is for you is to answer the call, is to keep moving towards what it is that you want in this moment. because forever isn't something that actually exists. Forever is something that we create in the moment-to-moment actions. And this is why business is a long-term game. It's forever, not if I'm successful, it's when I'm successful. And I'll keep pivoting, growing, changing, adapting until I reach my goals, not if I reach my goals. So wherever you're at in the process, listen to what it is that's calling you and go find out. Go do something today that moves you towards what it is you want to find out. What if? This is what I'm going to leave you with today. I would love to hear from you. Send me a message. Send me an email. What do you want to move towards? What has been being pulled, like the tarot card that just keeps coming back, the sign that just keeps ringing in? What is it? Share it with me. Tell me about it. And if this training lands with you and you know there's someone that's on the edge of making that decision and they need to hear this message today, be sure to share this download, this transmission with them. And I will see you in our next training in the following week. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.